Ever get that feeling walking through the woods at night, like something's watching you?
I know that feeling.
Well, you might have had a great horned owl checking you out.
Oh, absolutely. They're masters of stealth.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into the world of these incredible owls.
You got it.
We've got some excerpts here. They're like a crash course on everything great horned owl.
Awesome. Let's get into it.
Their looks, their lifestyle, how they hunt, even those horns.
Which aren't really horns at all.
Right. They're not ears. They're
Ear tufts.
ear tufts. There we go.
And they're a big part of what makes these owls so iconic, right?
Totally. So how about we start there? If you're out in the wild or even in a city park at night, how do you know you've spotted a great horned owl?
Well, first off, they're big, like really big.
Bigger than a bread box.
Haha, much bigger. We're talking 18 to 25 inches tall.
Whoa, that's like the size of a small dog?
Pretty much. And with a wingspan that can reach up to 4 feet, imagine that coming at you in the dark.
That's a serious wingspan. So if I'm driving down a dark road and something big flashes across my headlights, could that be one?
It definitely could be,
Yeah.
especially if it's near some woods or even an open field.
Okay, so big size. What else?
They have incredible camouflage, those feathers. They're a mix of brown and gray, all mottled and patterned, perfectly blending into tree bark and shadows.
So they're like masters of disguise.
Pretty much.
Hmm.
Makes them even more spooky when you think about it, lurking in the dark, practically invisible.
Okay, I'm officially spooked. You mentioned the ear tufts. What's the deal with those? They look so fierce.
Right, but, scientists are still debating their exact purpose.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's some thought that they might be involved in communication. Like subtle movements could signal moods or intentions to other owls.
Like owl body language.
Exactly. But others think it might just be for display, to make them look larger and more intimidating to rivals or predators.
So basically they could just be for looking cool.
Maybe. We might never know for sure, and that's part of what makes them so fascinating.
All right, so we've covered size, camo, and the mysterious ear tufts. But we can't forget the most important thing. These owls are phenomenal hunters.
Absolutely. And a big part of that is their hearing. It's unbelievably sharp.
Tell me more about that. How do they hear so well?
It all comes down to their ears. First off, they're asymmetrical.
Wait, what? Asymmetrical.
Yep, one ear is positioned higher on their head than the other.
So they're not even level.
Nope. And that difference in height is key. It allows them to pinpoint the exact location of sounds.
Like in 3D.
Exactly. Especially tiny sounds like a mouse rustling in the leaves.
Wow, that's incredible. Anything else helping them out?
Oh yeah, that facial disc, that heart-shaped ring of feathers around their face.
Yep, that's super distinctive.
It acts like a satellite dish, funneling sound directly to their ears.
Ah, like it amplifies the sound.
Exactly. They're practically designed for hunting in total darkness.
So it's like super sensitive ears plus a built-in sound amplifier.
Precisely. But it's not echolocation like some people think.
Right, that's bats.
Right, bats send out sound waves and use the echoes to navigate. Owls just listen.
Passive listening, but on a whole other level.
Exactly. It's crazy effective. They can hear a mouse moving under a foot of snow.
Whoa, that's insane. So what kind of stuff are they hunting with all this awesome gear?
Yeah.
What's on the menu for a great horned owl?
Oh, pretty much anything they can get their talons on.
Like,
Rabbits are a favorite. Squirrels, mice, rats.
okay, standard rodent fare.
But they'll also go for other birds, even larger ones like pigeons or doves.
Seedy pigeons, beware.
And they're not afraid to take on some tougher prey either, like skunks.
Skunks, no way.
Yep, even snakes. They're opportunistic hunters, meaning they'll go after whatever's available and easiest to catch.
So if I've got a squirrel problem in my attic, maybe I need an owl friend.
Uh-huh. Might be a good idea. But speaking of habitats, that's another amazing thing about great horned owls. They're incredibly adaptable.
Okay, tell me more about that.
Well, they're found all across North America and even down into South America.
Seriously? That's a huge range.
Yep, and they can thrive in all sorts of environments, from dense forests and swamps to deserts and grasslands.
Wow, they're not picky.
And as you hinted at, they've even adapted to urban areas.
Yeah, I've heard stories of them nesting in city parks and stuff.
It's true. They're pretty good at making themselves at home wherever they land.
So resourceful. And speaking of making a home, these owls aren't just skilled hunters. They're also pretty dedicated parents.
That's right, they usually mate for life.
Ah, that's sweet.
Yeah.
So like a power couple of the bird world?
Uh-huh, I guess you could say that. And they're both active in raising their young.
How does that work?
Well, they don't actually build their own nests.
They don't.
Nope. They're more into recycling. They'll take over an old hawk nest or a crow nest or even a hole in a tree.
So they're practical, too. Saves time and energy.
Exactly. The female will typically lay 2 or 3 eggs, and both parents take turns incubating them.
Sharing the workload. I like it.
And once those owlets hatch, both parents are busy hunting and bringing back food to feed those hungry mouths.
Makes sense. Those babies need a lot of energy to grow into such powerful hunters.
Right. And those incredible hunting skills are vital for the owlet's survival.
It makes you appreciate the whole circle of life thing, you know?
Definitely. But sadly, even these adaptable owls face some threats.
Oh, yeah. What kind of threats?
Well, habitat loss is a big one as humans continue to develop wild areas.
That's a problem for so many species these days.
It is. And then there's pesticide use, which can poison owls if they eat contaminated prey.
That's awful. Anything else?
Collisions with cars are also a significant danger, especially for young owls who are just learning to fly.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. That's so sad.
It is. But thankfully, great horned owls are doing pretty well overall.
Good to hear. Are they considered endangered?
No, not currently. Their adaptability and wide range have helped them maintain healthy populations.
That's a relief. But it sounds like we still need to be mindful of their situation, right?
Absolutely. Even common species need our protection and respect.
Couldn't agree more. So to sum it up, we've got these incredible hunters, masters of camouflage, with amazing hearing, raising families together, and all while adapting to a changing world.
It's really impressive.
It makes you think, doesn't it? Like, what would it be like to experience the world through their eyes? Or ears, I guess.
It's a mind-blowing thought. To navigate in total darkness, relying on sound alone.
Yeah, it really puts things in perspective. And it makes you realize how much is happening in the natural world, even when we can't see or hear it ourselves.
Right. Like there's a whole other dimension out there.
A hidden world of owls.
Exactly.
Well, listeners, I hope this deep dive has given you a new appreciation for these amazing creatures.
I second that.
And next time you're out at night, remember, you might not be alone. Keep your eyes and ears open for the great horned owl.
You never know what you might discover.
Happy owl spotting, everyone.
Happy spotting.